Hey guys, today we are creating the tuna fish, this new amazing skin in Fortnite Season 8. What has happened? Everything's black and white.
ClayClaim.
A lot of new fresh content came with the Fortnite Season 8 together with a lot of amazing new skins, like this one, the tuna fish. It's by far my favorite one, maybe also besides the unicorn. Let's create the tuna fish in today's video and we'll cover some background stories which you created. There is something new in today's video. It's all black and white. All the materials I'm using, all the stuff I'm doing is black and white, even the wire for the amateur. And we start with clay, with black clay. We take 3 slices to create the torso of the tuna fish and to get his big belly, which is sticking out just a little bit, forming the legs, and then we can go over and remove some of the parts with a scalpel. You can also take any knife and we'll get there. You can already recognize his shape, and while working on the last working steps for his silhouette, this is the first fan-made background story from you guys. Fishy was hanging out with Doggo, but again the reality disabled. Things changed. Reality ports opened, but one was too dangerous. The Toon world. Toon Meowskulls came out and was eating fresh toon fishes. Fishstick got mad and started fighting, but Meowskulls won. Then he changed in tuna fish. Thanks so much, Samyosh YouTube. In the meantime, we have coated the wire with white clay, and what you can see right now is working on the very first boot. They are very small, very cartoonish, like the one from Mickey Mouse, and they are made out of different elements. We have the main element, then this round-shaped brim, plus another thin layer of white clay as the soles of the shoes. And by making a tiny cut on the backside of the shoes, I'm able to stick them just onto the wire, and we can create also the last sole of the right shoe. Let me address one common problem when working with white clay. You can see every dirt piece, you can see every dust piece and hair. Just don't worry about this. One workaround is after oven hardening, you can use some sandpaper and making the surface a little bit smoother, and with this technique you can remove some of the hair and dust particles if they disturb you. For me, it's just part of the process that there is just some pieces of mud and dirt included, especially on the white clay. Just don't worry too much about it. While placing the second button, please subscribe, hit the bell. It means the world to me to make amazing content in the future, to do crazy clay creations. And I'm so thankful for everyone helping to create beautiful background stories. When I asked you on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and also TikTok, here we go. Fishstick was one time hiding in a bush, waiting for Peely to eat a flopper, and then jumping out of the bush to scare the Peely. And that happened many times, and he got very mad about it. But after a few days, unfortunately, no Peely came. And the fish stick took his friend, the flopper, and went to a fishing pool to swim, not to fish. After a day of swimming, he noticed his friend was gone. He was in shock and started to search for him. After days of searching, he was in the castle of skins of Fortnite, and he went in and there were tubes. 1 tube for every skin in Fortnite. Then he jumped in the peely skin tube because he wanted to get revenge to him. But he instantly got out of the tube and now he was the fish stick, but with the peely colors. He tried all the tubes because he wanted to see how it would work. The castle was done with the fish stick and the castle cursed the fish stick, and now he's black and white fish forever. It turned out that his friend went through the same and they were back again together. The end. Thanks so much, Creation Maker, for this long background story. Let's now get back to the creation. This is my favorite part, the head. I wasn't sure which mouth part to use. We could either go with a just smiling face and cut it open with a scalpel. Or we can also work on an open mouth, open smiling mouth. You can judge and decide. Let's place him onto the torso and see what it looks like. Making a tiny hole for the wire. Yeah, I think we need a bigger smile. I think we need an open mouth. Maybe even with a tongue inside. Yeah, this was a wise choice. He somehow reminds me of an ant. Yeah, many details of this character felt me reminded of the fish stick skin, which I have created some while ago. Still one of my favorites and also very colorful with a color gradient. And now that we have created the tuna fish, let's work on the harvesting tool, Stringles, and later also on the back bling, which is Inky. We make 4 slices of clay a little bit thinner, and then I try to get in this typical guitar shape, but with one specialty. We have this curved missing piece right here. It's, I think, made for your lap, that you can be even closer to your guitar, or that you can grab the notes, the highest tones, right next to the body of the guitar. I have played a few years, but oh boy, I would love to play again, but stuff is happening. It's called life, and I don't make much time for playing the guitar. I think I can still play some songs. My favorite song on the guitar was performed by a YouTuber called Adam Cantor, which I really admire for his guitar skills, and it was Dire Dogs, and I learned it now for years until I perfected it. It's still not really that perfect, but playing the guitar, it's just my thing, and I really feel good about playing the guitar. I think all of you playing an instrument would also tell this, that you're just focused, you and your instrument and the song. It's a very beautiful feeling. It's quite similar to what I am experiencing when playing around with clay. Let's now work on some beautiful details on the guitar, and while doing so, I'd like to read out another short fan story from you guys. It was a normal day for Tuna Fish. He was in a game with Toon Meowscles. They landed at this unknown location, but Toon Meowscles put a bag over Tuna Fish's head, which knocked him out. He woke up in an old cartoon workshop, and he was thrown into a vat of ink that turned him into Tuna Fish. Allsterpock, thanks so much! This was posted over on Twitter. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I recently started with TikTok, and I'm playing around with it at ClayClaim, now even with a profile pic. And yeah, I'm still in this phase where I'm just playing around, and I have a lot of fun with this platform. But if you guys have some ideas what I could post on TikTok, I'm more than happy to read it down in the comments, because I don't really want to make all the same content on different platforms. I think variety would be nice. And now let's put this all into the oven.
This skin is very easy to create because you have to deal with just two colors. We have black and white in the Toony Set, which you can get on ClayClaim.com. You get all the materials, the pens, the acrylic balls which you need. And optional, you can also get it together with all the tools which I am using in this video. ClayClaim.com, it's called the Toony Set.
The big moment has arrived. We are assembling the guitar, the tiny guitar. I think I may do some adjustments to this hole. We remove some of the clay above so that we can stick in the wire. Okay, this looks so perfect. Now let's throw some color onto this. There are two of these pens included in the set. This one, the very fine one, and the thick one. We get a beautiful outline for the guitar. And now let's work on the face and mouth. This looks so cool. Yeah, coloring the sides. I don't know, something really triggers me, but on a really good way, that these sides are black. It's so cartoonish. Now what about the guitar strings? First I thought we would paint them, but real strings? Boy, this would be so sick. Let's try to get the first one on and the second. And with the super glue you will also be able to get this done really quickly. And now we get it to standard tuning. The guitar! Stringles! What a wonderful sound. We now may remove the placeholders and look at that. It looks so cool. Let's remove tuna fish from the plate so that we can also start coloring this guy. And we start with the legs. We have socks. And to be honest, I thought I'd just make a mark with a scalpel or with a knife, but I forgot about this, so now we're just painting it. And I think it works fine for this purpose. These marks on the gloves, on the white Mickey Mouse gloves, they all have the same. I once read that Walt Disney was a Freemason, and Freemasons are wearing these white gloves, and that this is the reason why he drew Mickey Mouse and all the characters he invented with white gloves. Yeah, but I read this, I'm not sure if this is true, and many copied this. I mean, how many characters are out there with white gloves? Now we are coming to this favorite part of mine, Inky. Inky is so cute, and we'll create a tiny fish bowl for him, coloring the inside part of his mouth. And while creating him, I came up with this problem that he is white, bright white, but swimming in this black, inky water. How would it possible to see him? So my idea is this. We take this acrylic ball and color one side from beneath. Oops. This is the fishbowl opening. Remove some parts. Okay. And now we take the back side of this acrylic ball, color it black, and when we then fill in some liquid like water, or probably I'll use some coffee because it's also quite dark, it will look like as if it is real ink, but you can still see the white fish inside. Let's He looks quite dead when he is lying around like this. Let me try this again. Doesn't look too bad. Look at that. But one thing I think I really screwed up is this outline around the eyes. I don't really like it. I think I'll remove this again. You can just use a knife or a scalpel because it's just on the surface of the oven hardened clay. It's easy to remove. Look at that. Now giving him his harvesting tool in the hands. And I guess that's it. Tuna fish and Stringles. Together with Inky. And it's alive. Or maybe not.
Which new skin would you like to see next from the new Fortnite Season 8? If you want to create your own tuna fish, you can do this. I'll provide you with all the materials needed and optional also with the tools on ClayClaim.com. Go check it out. Have an amazing weekend. Take care. Bye.